Well, more than 600 former Israeli security officials have called on the US President, Donald Trump, to end Israel's war on Gaza. The officials, including former Mossad and Shin Bet chiefs, made the appeal in a letter to the US leader, saying Hamas no longer poses a strategic threat. And they urged Trump to pressure the Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to end the war, which has killed more than 60,000 Palestinians since October 2023. So let's take this on now with Yossi Mekelberg, who's a senior consulting fellow with the Middle East and North Africa program at Chatham House, joins us now from London. Yossi Mekelberg, so what do you make of this? Is it a sign of growing pressure within Israel to stop what's going on in Gaza, and from those who have long experience in matters of defence and war too?
Good evening. I think it's both frustration, hopelessness, helplessness from this government, and we are talking here about 600 of the most senior former security officials, as you mentioned, including also chief of staff, former defense minister, people that understand a thing or two about security. And interestingly enough, they don't even write this letter to the Israeli government because they gave up on this government. They know that Netanyahu and this government have no interest. They write it to the President of the United States, almost out of, again, sense of hopelessness and lack of hope. They think that the only way to get out of this situation is to ask President Trump to intervene, because they said this war is not right anymore. Maybe it started 2 years ago as a justified war, but it's not anymore. Would like to end what actually compromises Israel's credibility and probably for a very long time, ending in the starvation of people in Gaza, and the hostages are still not back home.
Will the call to end the war in Gaza get a listening ear from the US president, do you think?
Yeah, it's always difficult to know, what kind of input President Trump is actually listening to. One should only hope that this, at the end of the day, someone will highlight to President Trump that this comes from very senior security people in Israel that served, the accumulated years of these people served their countries in the many thousands of years. And if they don't listen to that, who they are going to listen? I mean, we all know exactly what this letter, and talked about exactly the same. But I think that the extra weight of this letter is because who wrote it. But the fact that this war came to an impasse that doesn't serve anyone and just cause more and more suffering is known also to President Trump, because it says so time and again. The question whether, not if he knows that or supports what they say in the letter, whether he's ready to act.
How does the view of these former senior security officials reflect the growing view within Israel, or not?
I think very much so. It's, there was another letter that obviously international didn't attract as much attention, by 1,200 people from the world of art signed. We know that we see the demonstration every week. We see the families of the hostages day in, day out in the media, coming to the Israeli parliament, the Knesset, and between demanding and begging the government and the coalition to do something else. We know from public opinion polls that more than 70% of the Israeli people would like to see end of the war, see the hostages back home. And yes, there is growing concern, about the future of Israel when they see all the criticism that's coming from the international community. So it resonates with what most Israelis think right now.
All right, Yossi, we'll leave it there. I do appreciate your perspective and analysis. Thanks very much indeed for joining us there from London, Yossi Mekelberg. Thank you.
Thank you.
Don't miss out and get the full picture. Subscribe to Al Jazeera for reliable news and expert insights. Like, share, stay ahead.